Yes, guys. We're now doing second piece of St. Luke's Anglican Church, starting from the south porch. St. Luke's Anglican Episcopal Church in St. George, and here's the statue of St. Luke, the patron saint and who the church is dedicated to, and the statue of Archangel Raphael. So this is the south porch, and looking opposite the pasture, opposite St. Luke's School. And the vicarage was here, the rectory where the priest used to live was here, and it was demolished either in 2004 or 5, somewhere around there. So the priest used to live here. St. Luke's is also known for the fairs that they used to have, or they still have, or I don't know if they still have, but Easter Monday they have fairs at St. Luke's Church. So yes guys, I'm in the parish of St. George once again, which is known as the Breadbasket Parish of Barbados. St. George is in the center of the island along with the parish of St. Thomas. So they don't have no sea nor coastline in these parishes. These are the two landlocked parishes in Barbados, best referred to as the heart of Barbados or the central uplands of Barbados. St. Luke's is known for its rather isolated position in that it is on a lonely road with no houses, just campground. And this is the western side, the western porch and the western entrance. And again, St. Luke's was the home and the place of worship to former centenarian James Sisneck, who lived to 113 years old. So he would have been a super centenarian, born 1900 and died in 2013, make it 113 years. And it is also the place of worship for recent centenarian Mr. Sylvester Breton, who still was driving and active in his century years. He was 100 and he drove himself to the Governor General's residence about a year ago to receive his award. So St. Luke's is a rather quiet church. You can see the birds in the belfry. This is the church bell here, and you can see the birds in the belfry. This is the church bell here. So St. Luke's is in the center of the island, in the parish of St. George, and it dates back to 1830. And St. George is known as the breadbasket of Barbados. St. George is the breadbasket parish, and it was carved out of the parish of St. Michael between 1640 and 1641. So St. Michael is the mother parish, and St. George was carved out of it. St. George is an agricultural parish as well. And St. George is also the birthplace of my father, Satchmore. My father is from this side of St. George as well. Satchmore, who sings or used to sing What You Got to Give Me for Christmas, and I am a proud Barbadian. He is from this part of St. George in a place called Ellerton, which is just over here. So this is the old vicarage. I would take a walk from here all the way to Brighton Road and back up. Show you guys what the area is like. Yes guys, this is all farmland. This is where the canes are, cane ground. And up above here will be Draxall, which will take you back to the old St. Luke's Girls' School, which later became the Barbados Vocational Training Board, which it still is today, known as skills training, where you can learn a skill on how to be a auto body repairman, a carpenter, auto mechanic, a machine operator. It's owned by the government, and we get a stipend every 2 weeks. Yes guys, St. Luke's. This is the St. Luke's. This is the cane ground here. And this way will lead you back to Ellerton, Waverley Court, and Eastland. Or it can lead you back to the Mount Hill in St. George. So this way back to Draxall via Melverton. So yes guys, So you can see how quiet out here is. One thing about this area, it's very quiet. There's nobody around, really. And you can see over to the St. George Valley below here, with Borden Hall on that side of St. George, which is not too far from here. And you can see into the south of the island with Christchurch and so on. So one more look at St. Luke's Church. This is the church cemetery here. The cemetery is filled. This church is notorious for the funerals. A lot of people in Barbados, nearly everybody in Barbados visited this church already for a funeral, some funeral or the other. A lot of people know this church for funerals. That's nice. St. Luke's Anglican Episcopal Church, tucked away in the parish of St. George here in Barbados. And this is the south gate, the south porch and gate, which has the statue of Archangel Raphael and the patron saint, St. Luke. All here is gravestones. So St. Luke's Church dates back to 1830. So I think this is the final resting place of my grandmother and one of my uncles as well. My father's family, of course, is from this area. This is the gravestone of Canon William Brathwaite, who was the rector of St. Luke's Church from 1970 to 1983. He died at the age of 89 years in 1993. And his wife Hannah Brathwaite is also in this cemetery, in this tomb as well. So this is Canon William B. Brathwaite's tomb here that I'm looking at. You know you can't go in the church because the gate is locked, but you can still see. This is William B. Brathwaite's tomb here, who was the rector of St. Luke's Church from 1970 to 1983. This is his grave here. So this way now we'll lead you back up to Draxall, via Melbourne, or back to Ellerton in St. George. And this is the pasture here, where the guys play their football or whatever. And the school children also use it as well. St. Luke's Anglican Church, which dates back to 1830. And here's the times of worship. St. Luke's Church is established in 1830 here in the parish of St. George. And this is the playground for the children. And this is the school here. So this is St. Luke's Church, the eastern side of the church. And you can see the top of Brighton Plantation, which is the Brighton Farmers Market, and you can see all up to the estates at Borden Hall in St. George. We had visited about 2 weeks ago. So this is the St. Luke's Brighton Primary School, where the St. Luke's Boys School was. The Boys School was right here by the church. St. Luke's Brighton Primary School. So this is an agricultural area. St. George is the agricultural parish. You can see the top of the Brighton Plantation, the chimney, for the Brighton plantation at Brighton St. George. And you can see over to the estates at Body Hall in St. George, which is just across over here, which is not too far from here. And over here is Windsor Road in St. George. So looking back at St. Luke's Brighton Primary School, and you can see all in the church cemetery here. So yes guys, St. Luke's Church is home a lot of centenarians come out of that church. So as I said before, this is an agricultural area and St. George is an agricultural parish. And it is also a landlocked parish along with St. Thomas. So there is no sea nor coast link in these parishes. These are the two landlocked parishes in Barbados, best referred to as the heart of Barbados or the central uplands of Barbados. So they have no sea nor coast link in these parishes. You can see all into the St. George Valley, back up to the Turnpike Road and back up to Carmichael Road that leads you back up to the villages the estates at Body Hall. You're looking back at the St. Luke's Church and School. Years ago, people used to be frightened to pass this road, and especially at night too, when they said that the heart man that used to kill you and cut out your heart, and he used to hide in the campgrounds, and then he would come out at night and kidnap you and kill you and take out your heart. And he used to drive a car that was black, so I was told. I'm not sure how true that story is. So heading down to Lower Brighton now. So Upper Brighton is to the top road I showed you before. That leads back to Draxall and Ellerton. And this is Lower Brighton that leads you back to Buckley Sugar Factory, which closed down in 2002. Buckley, spelled Bulkley, and it closed down in 2002. So when Buckley's closed down in 2002, Buckley Sugar Factory, only Andrews and Porterville were the two remaining sugar factories in Barbados made to carry the weight of the sugar processing in Barbados. And then Andrews closed down in 2013. Andrews in St. Joseph closed down in 2013 under the last government. It was supposed to reopen as a multi-purpose factory, but that plan did not work out. So it is just there now with a high white fence surrounding it to keep away trespassers. So the only factory in Barbados now is Portville in St. James to the northwestern side of the island, just off Highway 2A. When you pass St. Thomas Parish Church, heading to the north, then you will butt up on Portville Sugar Factory. So looking back up at St. Luke's Anglican Episcopal Church and Primary School. And over here is the Brighton Plantation, where the Brighton Farmers Market is. Brighton Farmers Market is just down here. And you can see all onto Windsor Road as well. So this is the bottom of Brighton now, where the College Savannah or Society bus sits. Back at the St. Luke's Church and School at Brighton in St. George. This road will lead you back to Buckley Sugar Factory via Brighton Plantation, Walkers, and back to Bushtown, or back to Windsor Road. And this will lead you back to further up to French's now and Melverton in St. George, and back to Draxall as well, and back to St. Philip with Chapel, Church Village, Ebenezer. And it takes you back to St. John as well with Messiah Street and Kendall. So St. Philip and St. John are the two parishes to the eastern side of the island, accessible from this road here. Oh, St. Luke's Church here. Windsor Tenantry over here. That's St. Luke's Church and school. That's nice. So looking back at the St. Luke's Church up in here now. Heading down towards Burton Plantation. Then we take a walk down to Burton Plantation and walk back up. So this is Brighton, Lower Brighton. And this is Windsor Tenantry over here. Looking back to St. Luke's Church and school. And this is Windsor Tenantry. Windsor borders St. George and Christchurch. This part is St. George, and the other side over here is Christchurch. Back at the St. Luke's Church and Brighton. And this is Windsor Tenantry. Through here. Windsor and St. George. Back up to Brighton, St. Luke's, and that area. So this part of St. George is very picturesque and very lush and green. Well, the other part is that St. George Parish Church is busy. So St. George is also home to the second oldest place of worship in Barbados. St. George Parish Church, which was built in 1641 and we built in 1784. St. George Parish Church is on the northern side of St. George at the glebe, which is the hub for activity in the parish, the busiest part of St. George. And it is also less Georgian, less Gothic and more Georgian, and it has the resurrection painting, which is just above the altar. You can see all of the St. Luke's King and Ground here. King Ground, and back at the St. Luke's School and Church. This way back out to Windsor Road and St. Luke's Church. Yeah. There's St. Luke's Church and School here. So they call it Savannah and Society bus. We use this route. Yes guys. Brighton. Now approaching Brighton Plantation. At Brighton in St. George. And this is now Brighton Plantation, where the Brighton Farmers Market is each and every Saturday. Brighton Farmers Market. Brighton Farmers Market at Brighton, St. George. So this road leads to St. Philip and St. John, the two eastern parishes, two of the eastern parishes. This is the Brighton Plantation here. You can see the bell. This road is about Brighton as well, Upper Brighton. So this is the Brighton Farmers Market. And this is the corner of Windsor Road at Brighton in St. George. Yes, there is all Brighton, St. George, and the St. George Valley over here. And this is the Brighton Plantation and the Brighton Farmers Market here. So this is Brighton, St. George. Now approaching Windsor Road, Windsor Junction. So this way will lead back to Buckley, where the former Buckley Sugar Factory was, and back to Bottles, and back to Constant and the St. George Secondary School, and back to Salters, and back to Bridgetown. And you can see all the St. George Valley and back up to the estate. It's at Border Hall in St. George. And this road leads back to Windsor Road and back to the south of the island with Christchurch and back to St. Philip as well with 6 roads on that side. So thank you guys for watching now and have a blessed evening.